A man who is 183 centimeters tall casts a shadow 72 centimeters long on horizontal ground. What is the angle of elevation of the sun to the nearest tenth of a degree? So the first clue, if you see nearest tenth of a degree, you're going to use a calculator. And then we're obviously going to need a diagram. So angle of elevation is basically the angle from the horizontal that you need to turn upwards through in order to then be facing directly the object in question. The object here being the sun. So if we draw the man, and I'm just going to represent him as a straight line, so that's 183 centimeters, and that's the man. Then I'm going to draw the shadow, and it says it's on horizontal ground, so I'm going to draw it like that. Make sure it's sort of relative to the 183, so it's going to be a bit less than half, so that's probably not bad. 72 cm. The man we're assuming is standing up straight, so he's vertical. We've been told the ground's horizontal. That's the ground. It's the shadow on the ground. Okay, so we're going to have the sun somewhere up here. So if I draw this, and we kind of keep that going, we've got the sun somewhere over here. Right, so the angle of elevation, as I was saying, it's from the horizontal. Imagine you're at this point, it's the angle you need to turn through in order to go up to the sun. So if we want to work out this angle, I might call it X, and I might get some labeling involved. So H, the longest side opposite the right angle, O, opposite the angle in the question, the X, and A would be the other side, adjacent. I'm going to use the 72, and I'm going to use the 183, sorry, I'm on tan. So tan X equals opposite over adjacent, so 183 over 72. That must mean X is the inverse tan of that. So inverse tan of 183 over 72. Go to our calculator, shift tan, 183 over 72. And that gives us an angle of 68.5 degrees, and it's asked us to the nearest tenth of a degree, so 68.5 degrees. And also, if you're thinking sort of the angle of elevation from the man's head to the sun, as in how much would he have to turn his head through to look at the sun? Well, if you think that's the top of the man's head, if you've got this line here, he would still have to turn through exactly the same angle, just because these two lines, the horizontal lines, are clearly parallel. So that angle of elevation would be exactly the same, whether you're at the end of the shadow going up to the sun, or you're the man's head, and he for some reason wants to look directly into the sun.